In the face of the recession, cost-conscious businesses are dumping expensive old-style marketing in favour of talking directly with customers online. It makes sense because the research shows that this is what customers want, and best of all, it's free. Every business person knows the potential of online marketing, but now we can reveal how you can build the online sales team of the future. Think sales reps or telesales without any geographical or resourcing limitations, literally building profitable connections with millions of people around the world every single day.
We're amazed from this research how many people have made friends with people they've never met in real life, and that's really a trend that's changing.
You change your business overnight. It grows exponentially. It's just mind-blowing. The success could be incredible.
It's relevant because it's where consumers are increasingly spending their time when they're online. And we know, and we've seen in this research that people are spending more and more time in less environments because, you know, social networks now allow you to do everything you want to do online. It's about taking your content to them and taking your message to them where they spend their time, which is increasingly social media.
So if you want to sell on social networks, you need to focus on building a large quality network as fast as you can. The key is that you need to have one-on-one relationships with potentially millions of people at the same time and on different platforms. In order to do this, you need your own crack squad, the 3.0 bit, combined with amazing IT, excellent training and awesome campaigns to make it happen.
My tortured metaphor is that the web is a city. And I use this metaphor to describe how important it is to participate in social media, to participate in blogs, forums, chat rooms, and to be a part of the communities that are talking about what you're doing, about your company, about your products, about your services.
So many people say to me, oh, I've got my profile up, but nothing happens. And then I look and there's no activity going on. You've got to be active. It's like saying, I have got a business in a town, but if you're not marketing, nobody's going to know you exist. So you've got to say to yourself every night as you put your head on your pillow, how much more visible have I been today? Which means, what have I done? What actions have I taken? And how much more credible am I in my network? How many more people trust me? How many more people have connected with me and have heard why I'm good at what I'm doing? How many more people like me? And how many more people are following me in my network? That's what you've got to ask yourself every day. And if that's not growing, then you as a business won't grow.
So we've put together a complete blueprint for your own Web 3.0 socially networked sales team, building millions of connections and driving sales. There are 4 things that you need to do. The first is to build a Web 3.0 team, and we're talking about a dedicated team, people whose sole focus is in making connections, having conversations with people, and building the profile of your business, your products and your services online over time. It needs to be a dedicated resource because if people see this as a second part of their job or just a proportion of what they're doing, you'll likely find that they won't dedicate enough time or energy to it, and it'll often get relegated further down the list. The team needs to be quite large, so you need to think about the resource you can put into this. And one of the things to think about is the kind of people that you might have on this team. The best way to think about it is think publishing, not marketing. So rather than people who you might traditionally have in marketing roles, go for people who have got a publishing or writing or research background, and people who are able to connect with other people socially pretty well. These are the kinds of people who will be very good on a team like this. Make sure you are very clear with roles and targets. Everybody needs to be very, very clear about what they're doing and very clear about the fact that their key outcome that they're looking for is to connect with people and to build relationships with them. So once you've built a Web 3.0 team, you need to create an intention that is very easy to articulate. So in other words, what this means is you need to make sure that people understand what you want to achieve in business and why. Penny Power and Roger Hamilton talk about this in quite some detail in a number of our shows. It'd be well worth having a look at those. But as well as having your intention very clear, you need to understand what other people's intention is. Why are they in business? What are they looking to achieve? What are the outcomes they're looking for? So once you have the team in place, you can articulate your intention and you know how to find out what other people are looking for. The third thing is to roll out actually making the connections. So when you do this, you need to roll out your campaign on multiple platforms, and the key focus is that your team needs to be visible and credible. Your team needs to know on each platform how to create relationships, how to build connections, how to connect with more and more people every day. And it needs to be happening across all of these platforms. The next step after making the connections is to make sure that you're managing all of these relationships effectively. And that's where good use of IT and Web 2.0 tools come in.
You could be commenting on other people's blogs because you share in the vibration of that blog. You could be leaving testimonials for people. You could be part of a club where you're talking in a more intimate fashion about a particular skill or a particular expertise. But you have to be visible. But it's not just about visibility. It's also about people really trusting that you are an expert in what you do. So it's about how are you sharing your message out there with people so that people go, this person knows what they're talking about. And that comes down to how many people are also following you. How big is your network? How often are people visiting your information? So you've got to imagine you are a big marketing machine online, and your visibility is so important, but it's not just about being visible. It's also, in Ivan Meisner's words, it's about being credible as well and making sure that people can see both of those things working side by side.
As well as participating, you need to be making personal connections by telling people about you and what you're doing. They can help spread the word about your business in the future.
Social network isn't about broadcasting, it's actually about communicating, it's conversational marketing. And it's a massive opportunity. When anybody asks me how do I start to connect with people, just think about the real world. You know, if you went into a pub, you just moved into a pub, into a village, and you went to the bar, you wouldn't go in there and hand out your business card to everyone and start broadcasting what you're doing. What you would actually do is you'd sit quietly by the bar and you might buy the person next to you a drink and start talking to them. But think about what you would do. You would ask them questions. You would show a huge interest in them. That's how to start in a social network. And so always look for opportunities to show an interest in the other person. Testimonials are really important. If somebody's written a great blog, go onto their profile and write a testimonial and say, Mark, I just want to say what a fantastic blog you wrote, and put a link into that blog. That's doing that person a real favour, but remember you're leaving your link on that person's profile as well. Just treat people like you would in the real world. Online is real. There was a study done of Facebook users that shows that the most popular online are also the most popular kids offline.
At first glance, managing thousands or even millions of relationships on a micro level with a very small in-house team may seem impossible, but it's not. You can use cloud computing, off-the-shelf networking tools, and create your own purpose-built apps to manage literally millions of relationships. And the key to doing this is understanding how to use the combination of these things and how to manage your people to get best results.
Relative to 10 years ago, it is a very straightforward problem to now solve for all company sizes. Previously, you would have had to build the infrastructure. For most SME companies, that was beyond them. Now, even through part of the trial process, you can set up a virtual sales team, a virtual marketing team, a virtual customer support team, as some of our customers have done, and manage your business instantaneously. Because the requirement is very simple. You have a business idea, which is your own business idea, which is no doubt a good one, but you just need a browser and internet access. And it is truly ubiquitous.
The reason this works for you is that you use cloud computing to manage everything on multiple platforms in a cost-effective way. You can have a Web 3.0 team and its targets managed through a tool like Salesforce. And you can use the sorts of applications created by our experts to help manage and synchronize all of your relationships. So is there any reason that you'd want to limit your business to normal sales campaigns? Remember, you can join us in the Snap Club to workshop this campaign or apply to collaborate with us on the $1 Million Challenge right now. Stay tuned to the $1 Million Team for more in the Digital Marketing Blitz series. We'll keep you posted as new episodes are released. And if you're in the Snap $1 Million Club, it's time to log into your own online workshops that have been designed to help you customize and launch your own campaign.